Hi, I'm Andrew McLean. We're here in the Wasatch to talk about ropes and knots for ski mountaineering. Ropes are your basic insurance policy for the backcountry. They allow you to rappel over a cliff, get over all sorts of stuff. They're very useful, very handy. So which rope to choose for ski mountaineering is always a quandary. What I like to use is a standard 30 meters, that's how long it is, by about a 9.2 diameter rope. And this is called a dynamic rope, so that means that it has stretch to it, but not too much stretch. So when you're traveling in the mountains, you need to have a way to manage your rope. What I like to use is called a Mountaineering Coil, and what I do is I like nice symmetrical coils, and that requires putting a little bit of a twist. I'm doing it with my thumb at the top of every coil as I'm wrapping it around. I know when I'm uncoiling the rope, I also give it a counter twist. And the last coil, when you realize you have about maybe 3 or 4 feet left, you do a short coil. So it's just a little bit shorter than the others. You're going to hold it in your hand. You pinch a small loop, going backwards now. Then you take this rope, you reach under, and this is the trickiest part about it because you want to get a nice, tight loop there. So you get that going. Now you're kind of going back on it itself, like that. Just keep each one nice and tight. Keep going until you've got a pretty short little end. Then you take that, poke it back through, and you're able to find which one to pull because it's your short rope, short line. Pull that through, snug that up, snug that up. You can easily carry it like this. It's easy to take off and hand to somebody. This is the Mountaineering Coil on a 30-meter rope. Very handy. The most important thing is how you attach it to your body, and the basic knot for doing that is called a figure 8. You have your thumb pointing away from you like this, pinch, throw it over your thumb, wrap it around, and poke it through. And it forms its namesake figure 8. When you're tying in, you want to pass through both the leg loops and the waist loop. You're not tying it through your belay loop. You just follow it back around. Follow, follow, wrap around, follow. So that's a figure 8. That figure 8 knot is also a very good one to use to tie off to an anchor like a tree. Ski cutting, maybe giving somebody a quick ski belay, something like that. It uses a minimal amount of rope. So if you're going to rappel off a tree, if you just wrap it around like this, when you pull the rope down after you're done, that's going to cut a slot in the tree. It's not good for the tree. It's also not good for your rope. You get a lot of gum and goo on it. So you have a sling, wrap it around, poke it through. You want to either use 1 locking carabiner or 2 regular carabiners with the opposing gates like this. You would then clip the rope in. This whole kit is going to be left attached to the tree. And then as a final step, you oppose the gates so they're not both pointing in the same direction. And you rappel down. When you get down and you're done, you pull the rope at the bottom. The rappel knot that I prefer to use over a belay device is called a Munter Hitch. It's so easy to tie, it can be confusing. You just put a twist in it and wrap it over the top like that. There's your Munter Hitch. You want to look for these 2 parts, and then you clip your carabiner directly through those, lock it up, and you're in business. The beauty of this is that it's reversible. You're going down, you get to the edge of a cornice, oops, looks too big, you pull it back, it reverses itself around, you pull yourself back in like that. And I like that because it's just one less piece of gear. It means all you need is a harness, a locking carabiner, and your rope. You don't need to bring an extra belay device. Rappelling with it and something happens, like say you get hit from above by a boulder and you let go, there's almost no friction to it. So you really have to keep a tight hold on it. But it works well with small ropes. It's very simple. It's reversible. It's just a brilliantly great ski mountaineering knot, the Munter Hitch. Munter Hitch can also be tied with a double rope if you're going to pull the rope at the end of a rappel. It's the same thing. You just wrap it around like that. You get your loop, go through. This time you're clipping through all of them. It looks a bit messier, but it's the same thing. Nice reversible knot. So remember, ropes are as useful in the mountains as they are in your bedroom.